How's it going, guys? Dynamite here, coming to you as always from the Digital Warfare 24/7 forums, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a gameplay of Domination on Seatown. Now, I say today, but it is actually 5 a.m. in the morning on Sunday, and I am in excruciating pain still. I actually woke up at 2 a.m. this morning with a really horrible pain in my right shoulder, and I don't know, I must have slept on it funny, maybe pinched a nerve or a muscle or something, but like all the muscle is tensed up and stuff. I tried taking some aspirin to alleviate the pain. I tried sitting on a heating pad for a while to see if I could loosen the muscles up. And then finally I jumped in a shower and started running some hot water over it, which seemed to help it a little bit, but hopefully the pain will continue to diminish here. So I was looking for a way to distract myself and figured I'd flip on the news. Turns out this morning there was actually an earthquake in British Columbia that is sending a tsunami off to Hawaii. So I saw that, and then I also saw that this hurricane that they're calling the Frankenstorm is going to be coming up the eastern seaboard, and it's going to slam right into where my parents live and where I grew up. Sort of into the DC metropolitan area. So I'm like, oh man, this is just full of all sorts of good news. So I was like, screw it, let's go record ourselves a Call of Duty commentary. So I go into my file share and I'm looking through the games trying to find one that'll be entertaining to cast. And when I find this one I immediately start to smile because I do remember this game very fondly. It's a gameplay where I'm going up against 3 quickscopers with a bunch of the other members of the 24/7 forums. And so yeah, the other team has 3 people quickscoping, and then I think the other 3 players are running more conventional, commonplace weapons, the ACR, the Type, and then I think the last one is running a P90, which is same as me. With my P90 setup that I'm running in this match, I have extended mags and rapid fire paired up together, and then for my perks I believe I'm running recon, hardline, and sit rep together with a specialist package that goes sleight of hand, assassin, and I believe steady aim is the last one I have on there. But basically this is just a really fun match because we're going up against these guys. I'm getting lots of kills on them with explosives and so forth with the SMAW I have, and then also the C4, and we're just trying to have a fun time with these guys. You might notice that all 3 of the guys who are trying to quickscope, they are all using akimbo secondaries. I believe 2 of them have the FMG9s, and I'm not sure what the other guy has, so that just goes to show the mentality of quickscopers that if they don't quickscope you, they're sure as hell just going to spray you down with their newbie akimbos. So that's pretty funny right there. But I wanted to talk just a little bit about sniping in general and what my vision would be for sort of taking back the role of the sniper from the sort of trick-shotting, quickscoping, optic phase fanboy group to more of like a stealthy support role that I'm used anyway to thinking of the sniper role as being. So one of the first things that I would do is I would make it so that snipers cannot hip fire. And my reasoning behind that is that, so say you're running a shotgun, right? Your chances of getting a kill at long range with a shotgun are absolutely 0%. There's no way you're going to be able to do it. But close range is where you're going to specialize. Now, I say sniper rifles should be the flip side of the coin there, that they specialize in long range, but they have, you know, none to virtually no ability to be used in close quarters. Now, I think it would just be simpler if instead of trying to fool around with ADS times and like changing how accurately the scope zooms in initially like Black Ops 1 did, why not just restrict it so that you have to aim down sights to use a sniper rifle? I think that would definitely help to restrict snipers to longer range use. Now, I do think that snipers are currently underpowered at longer ranges, and that has to do with several things. The first thing that has to do with is the fact that a lot of the submachine guns and assault rifles, especially in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, are basically laser guns with zero recoil at all that negate the long range advantage that sniper rifles should be enjoying. And I'm looking at you, ACR and MP7. So the first step really towards bringing sniping back to the way it should be is to bring assault rifles and SMGs back to the way they should be. Give them recoil, give them sway, make it so that they're not going to be able to pick off people at long range, at least not without some significant recoil control, because the ACR can just be spammed across the map so easily. So that is the first thing that I would do, is limit SMGs and assault rifles in that regard. And then I would also make it so that sniper rifles are the same as LMGs, so where they don't have any damage drop off with a suppressor. And that is going to allow snipers to pick people off from cover. It is going to allow them to play in a much stealthier capacity. I think that is definitely something that would allow them to benefit in light of the fact that they would be nerfed at closer range. And so some other changes that I'd like to see with the sniper rifles is I'd really like to see them not be able to be spammed. Especially the Barrett in this game, the Barrett 50 cal. It's extremely irritating to have someone running around a corner and just spray a Barrett in your face, tapping the trigger. So definitely a fire cap is something that should be implemented, that or very high recoil to discourage people from being able to spam in close range, even if they could aim down sights. I believe that's another very important aspect that should be implemented in Call of Duty. Now, how are they going to implement it in Black Ops 2? Right now what it looks like is that they're actually going with sort of like a balance between Black Ops 1 and Modern Warfare 3. The reviews so far from Gamescom and Eurogamer and so forth say that quickscoping is possible, but not maybe quite as easy as it was in the Modern Warfare series. And it just really frustrates me to see such an independent studio's Treyarch still like bending to the will of the trickshot community by leaving quickscoping in the game. I think ever since COD 4, it's really become a part of the Call of Duty community that's been wildly popularized on YouTube, and because of that, developers think that it's something that they need to include, but the rest of us need to speak up and make our voices known that we want to see a rebirth, a sort of metamorphosis of the current sniper role into something that's a lot more stealthy, a lot more tactical, and a support role, and that isn't about being flashy and trying to go for montage clips and feeds and stuff like that, because all of that, it really detracts from the team gameplay that should characterize Call of Duty, unless you're playing free-for-all or a private match or something like that. And that leads me to another thing I wanted to say about sniping, is that dedicated sniper lobbies, I feel, would definitely take a lot of the heat away from us players who want to play competitively, who want to play the objective, who don't want to have to, play against people that are going for 360 no-scopes, or even worse, with people who are trying to go for 360 no-scopes where you're trying to anchor your team. I think a dedicated playlist for these snipers would hopefully draw a lot of those trick-shotting shenanigans away from competitive play. So there's a bunch of opinions right there on sniping. I know a lot of people might disagree, but again, the important thing to note is that right now sniping is broken in so many different regards, and one of the biggest ones is because they are clearly outclassed by certain assault rifles at long range. That has to end. There has to be a long-range advantage that you gain from using a sniper rifle. But that being said, on maps like this, I mean, there really aren't any reasons to use a sniper rifle. There aren't any sight lines or anything like that. Now, as you'll see right here, I get a triple feed on these guys. That guy quickscopes me, but as I'm running up here, the quickscopers finally have had enough, despite the fact that we're pretty much neck and neck here, and they probably would have given us a run for their money, or a run for our money rather. They end up backing out because they can't stand dying to our explosives. And after we ended up after we ended up leaving that game, after they did, they sent us a message saying that that this game was completely invalid because we hadn't responded to their using snipers by our using snipers, like we had violated some sort of unwritten code or something like that. And this is just so representative of the mentality that that is totally flawed, that sniping is, you know, the way to play the game in some people's minds, and that it's all about being flashy and trying to land the no scopes on people and quick scopes and so forth. So that's something that I really hope changes, and maybe as we continue through Call of Duty, continue through the next couple releases, we'll see some changes there. Well, anyhow, I am dead tired, and I gotta try to do something else about my shoulder here, so I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be putting out another video soon about the metagame changes that I see really influencing how gameplay flows in Black Ops 2. So I realize I owe you guys another video, especially since I didn't release one this past weekend. So I figured I'd just throw this one in as a freebie and to distract myself from my misery. So I'll let you guys go. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.